and it's their intrinsic
nature. This food basically robs
sound feasible, sound like. Everybody, thanks for watching. Now, I wanted to get into energy again real fast, and this video will help those of you who have not seen the Saturn Satan series, part 3, or the last DVD that I put out about Voodoo. This will help you guys out who can't afford to buy the video or who are not planning to buy it, and also those of you who have seen it already and are planning to see it. This will help everybody. I don't want to leave nobody out because I want you guys to get this information and understand it on this basic level. Now, I put a DVD out or a video out on YouTube. It's out now on energy, human energy, the dream world and all that. Definitely watch that video if you have not already. But the words that kill, the whole expression of energy as it pertains to us humans is words like emotions and feelings. These words are deceptive because it makes you think that it's something different from energy when it is energy itself. You have to understand that when you have an emotion, when you are feeling something, this is energy. We are energetic beings. Our body is stimulated because of our energy. Without our energy, we would just be matter. We would just be nothing, just this, a shell. Energy is what drives us. So when you feel upset, when you feel sad or happy, this is energy. It's not an emotion. And these words have been created to trick you into thinking that it is an emotion and it's just something normal that happens within the body when it does not. So now, as I talked about in part 2 of the Saturn Satan series about how something happened on this planet and something caused a global destruction where the only things that survived was the ancient monuments. When we go and look at all the ancient monuments, all the old pyramids and stuff like that, we know they've been through some trauma, but they have survived whatever happened on this planet. Now, a lot of researchers and archaeologists and Egyptologists will tell you that the pyramids are much older than what people say. And as I pointed out in part 2, that there was a civilization. The civilization that built those pyramids is not the civilization we have come to know today. That those Egyptians came up from out of whatever happened, whatever catastrophe happened, much later, because they passed along the information through whatever means that they remembered, where Kemet was, what the whole culture was about, and they went back there and they rebuild and they tried to make the civilization what it once was and reclaim, its knowledge, its power. They had this knowledge of energy, and that's clear. It's something that a lot of researchers point out, that it seems as if they had wireless energy throughout the world, not just in Egypt, but especially when you look at certain places and you see that they had no kind of lighting source in these dark places. So what did they use to light a lot of the rooms? They had to use some sort of wireless energy, and a lot of the depictions and hieroglyphics, you can see that that's exactly what it is, what happened. Now, a lot of researchers will tell you that the ancient pyramids were some kind of power source, some kind of power plant, and we know that there are Egyptian pyramids or pyramids all over the planet. We have found them in many different countries. So now you have to think about that. You also have to consider the fact that a lot of these ancient buildings or structures, ancient ruins, are under ley lines, or under major sources of energy throughout the whole Becker-Hagen's grid that supposedly surrounds the planet, and this is energy grid that is full of energy. So we have to look at the fact that if these Egyptians had wireless energy, and Tesla talks about this, and so many other scientists talk about this energy field that exists, that how there's no way we should be relying on crude oil and fossil fuels to power our planet when the technology for absorbing and using wireless energy exists. Now, when we start looking at the carvings on the walls, when you start looking at what the ancient Egyptians left us, now we know when you look at a lot of the hieroglyphics that's around ancient Egypt, that's around Kemet, we know that they are much later than the pyramids themselves, meaning that they put this stuff in stone way after the pyramids was built. So it was as if they wanted to leave a mark just in case something happened. Just in case, they were killed or conquered, that they could leave behind the teachings. They can leave behind information so that they can get it again when they come back. And this is what they did. This is why they put the stuff in stone, and it's still there to this day. You can see when you go there that they chiseled out a lot of huge patches of hieroglyphics throughout Egypt, and you have to wonder what it was and what it said. We know that supposedly the whole Library of Alexandria burnt down, and with it a lot of the teachings of the ancient Egyptians, and we are supposed to believe that they didn't get them out before the fire. So we don't know what information that they took, but we do know there's a lot of information that the Egyptians left pertaining to this energy and its power. Some of it you can still see because it was unearthed by the Arabs long after it was, taken away from the Europeans. So now understand why the powers that be would not want us to tap into this unlimited energy source. Why? Why would we not save trillions of dollars and just tap into this energy source that is a natural energy source that is infinite energy? Why not tap into it and use it to power the world, to power everything, so we don't have to be dependent on fossil fuels? We don't have to destroy the earth, for energy. And that's one of the reasons I do the Saturn and Satan series, and we're going to get into this much deeper in that series, but we're going to talk about it here a little bit now. The reason why they don't want us to use it is because they can't control it. They can't regulate it, thereby controlling us. But not just that, it contains much more than just power and energy. It contains knowledge, and we're going to get into that in the series. So you can't have people dealing with that. You can't have people tapping into it and touching it or, working with it in any kind of way, because they might discover something. Now, when I say stuff like that, you got to think about movies like Avatar and understand that this is along the lines of what I mean. If you've seen the Avatar movie, then it makes sense to you now why they made that movie, when you think about this power and why they had to destroy it. Not destroy it, but keep it away from you. Keep you from using it. And that's kind of sort of what the movie is about. Okay, so understand. If energy is emotions, if it's your feelings, if I wanted to control you, since I can't physically make you do something that I want you to do, I have to control your energy to get you to do it without me touching you. So if I wanted to cause a fight between you and I, all I would have to do is keep pressing your buttons, keep saying things and yelling things at you to piss you off until you lose your cool and you throw a punch and we get into a fight. So I have effectively changed your energy from whatever level it was on to making you angry. Now, angry, man, that's another one of those words that takes away from energy, because this is all energy we're talking about. I have effectively changed your energy into an angry energy and got you to do something that you really didn't want to do, but I wanted you to do. Now, I want you to think about the implications of what I just said and apply it to almost everything. Apply it to television, apply it to movies. If I want you to feel some type of way about something or someone, then all I have to do is put it on TV and cast it into a good or bad light. If I don't want you to like black people, I just make them look like shit and broadcast it to the world and have everybody fear or dislike black people. This is how this stuff is done, but really they are controlling your energy. To you, it's just a TV show or an asshole pissing you off, making you mad. To you, it's nothing. It's minute. It's small. But really, it's power. It's power that is controlling you. When you sit down and you flick through the channels, you're trying to find something to watch. One day, you might want to watch Ellen. You might be like, okay, well, shit. Ellen on and Ellen funny. I want to watch some Ellen. and you just in a good mood watching Ellen. Another day, you might sit down and you might be mad about something, and you don't want to see no happy ass Ellen dancing around. You don't want to see it. I don't want to see no damn Ellen. I'm mad. I want to see some boxing, some UFC, and that's gonna make me feel bad. I want to put on some Tupac and Hellraiser and bang that, and because I'm mad right now. This is energy, controlling your energy, and you have to understand that this is power, and it can be used in ways that you can't even imagine, and it's being used against you right now. It's being used against you from day one because they can control you. Once they got control of the school system and put things into us, into your children, to get them to think a certain way, this is power. Because now they planting the seeds. They're starting the programming. So now when you watch or see certain things, things click. And it's power. They can do this stuff without even touching you. Understand, they created an entire system that's ran and controlled by energy. You call it God. As I said, I made a whole video that the government is in fact God Almighty. Well, here's how. You call it God. Think about it. They created a system to where you have to work in order to survive and live. The government created this system, this whole structure. So you have an understanding that I need to work to live. So you go out and you do what you got to do because you watch TV and you got a whole feeling and want for having this car or having that girl or having these sneakers. You have an emotion inside you that wants these things that they put in you. So because you have this energy change within you that has a want and a need for these material things, you're going to go and seek it. So now since I want to have this kind of lifestyle, I want to have these things, I need to work and get a job. And when you get that job, you fall to your knees to say, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. When all you are doing is thanking the government. You're thanking them because they are God. As they put on your money, in God we trust because it's them. Almost everything you want in this world you didn't want before you seen it on television, before you seen someone else have it. Girls want Nicki Minaj's butt, they want Beyonce's hair. Why? Because they have been trained. Their energy has been changed into thinking that this is what they want, when really it's not really what they want. They don't even know what they want. As I always said, who you are today, right now, is not you. You were created. They made you who you are if you are not conscious. So understand this whole world that I'm talking about here. This is what we call the Matrix. And those of us who have broken away, who are conscious now and awakened, we can see it. You have to understand, when Neo died, he seen the Matrix. What is the Matrix? Energy. Everything is energy. So at the end of the Voodoo DVD, if you've seen it already, this is what I was talking about. And, I got into this whole thing. And as I said, we're going to get into it a lot more in the Saturn series. But he saw energy. He saw what it really is. If this is a physical world, we are an energetic being. When you go, it's a whole different world. It's a spiritual world. This is what he saw. There's so many metaphors in the Matrix trilogy that it's mind-blowing to anyone like me who really gets it. I mean, if you just go back and look at, I'm going to tell you a movie that a lot of people hated, that was corny to a lot of people, but it's a really deep movie. And that's, the name escapes me right now. It's the movie with Will Smith and his son. That is a really deep movie what they're talking about in that movie. I challenge you to go back and watch it now. I challenge you to go and watch Lucy and really sit through that if you're into quantum physics, if you're into this stuff. That's going to blow your mind. And to me, it shows me how much they know. And to me, it's like, wow, like these people are on a level that if you ain't got your stuff together, you have no idea where they are and what they know. And, as I said before in the previous video, like my knowledge level where I'm at really is like so past this. This is kindergarten stuff. But you got to get this stuff and understand it, which is why I try to put out what I can and get people to understand and go do their own research and get this basic level of understanding, because it's basic. You people, like, you have no idea how much of a flea you are to them, and in thinking that you can control something, you have no clue what they know and what they can do. These people are powerful, but as powerful as they are nothing to what we can do once we wake up and understand what we can do. You need to understand who you are, what you can do, and I'll get into all that. Because as I said, you need to stop being so arrogant and thinking that everything is just you, and think, who the hell created this stuff? For what purpose? A goat is a goat. Why the hell did somebody create a goat? For what? Why? It has to have a purpose. For what? Why would you create a lobster? What is the point and purpose of a fucking lobster? What is it doing here? Why? It's a complex thing. Why create it? For what? Stuff makes sense. They have a place. And you can't be so arrogant and think that it's just us and it's just nothing. And we just go about life, on their terms, in their system, thinking that because everybody goes to work, I have to go to work. Because everybody's wearing these sneakers, they have to wear them. Because this is cool, I have to be down with it. And we don't realize it's energy. It's controlling us. They might as well have a joystick, because they're controlling everything. And people sit around, and it's funny to me now when I look at it, so many people that's like into stuff that I can see that they clearly created this whole government system. And we just think it's cool. We think it's our culture. The whole hip hop culture is bullshit. It's bullshit. They created it. It's not us. It's not us. The worst thing that ever happened to black people is coolness, being cool. That's the worst thing that happened to us, because in being cool, we have destroyed ourselves. Now we find pleasure in our own destruction. So we like hip hop. We like Nicki Minaj. We like the same things, the things that are destroying us and destroying our energy and our consciousness. And you can't see how unbelievably bad this is for your energy and for your experience. Because this is about your experience here. This is nothing. You can't mess this experience up. You've been here before. You'll be back. So not to get all off subject and spooky with it, but we'll get into that in a second. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I am. We'll get into it in that series. But I want you guys to really get this, and understand energy and understand what it is. So they got to understand something about knowledge and information, because it's also energy. It's also something that's stimulating your energy. We are energetic beings. Everything is energy. I'm going to keep saying that till you really, really get it and understand how everything is energy. But I have to give you this in pieces so that you get it, so that you experience what I'm saying at some point. This is why the ancient Egyptian mystery school, this is why they went to school for 40 years, because I can't just tell you something and then that's it. I have to give you time to get it and experience it so it can stick with you, so you can really know and get it. Now, a person can talk all day about their money. I got this, I got that, money. But if you never see them spend money or use money or have anything that's expensive, then you're never going to really understand what they're talking about. You're never going to put the connection together of them and money. It's just going to be them. You're not going to put that connection together. You're going to say, well, this dude always bullshit and, it don't make sense. And you have to experience the information and understand it. It's one thing when you start getting into information and then you see it validated or you find it in other places. It's exciting. I mean, for me it is. But this is what makes you study more. It attracts you more to the subject because you experienced it. You've seen it at work. You've seen it happen, and it's true. And we need validation. I don't care what nobody say. The reason why all of these so-called Christians and Muslims and Hebrew Israelites are still on YouTube is because they need validation. They just don't want to admit it. They don't understand it. They need validation. They know that they committed and they said some crazy stuff about this religion that deep down they do not understand nor believe. So they come to YouTube and they searching around for validation because we need it. It's everything. You need to know. Even the Bible tells you need to know. The Bible tells you to seek knowledge. The Bible tells you know the truth and it will make you free. Do you understand what it's trying to say? Figure me out. Know the truth about me. It's in here. Figure it out. Not accept what I've been told. Come on. And it's one of my favorite things that I like to do is challenge people to research. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about today. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on my website or hit me up on Facebook after I give you a week to do the research. Then come back and tell me what you learned about this subject we debating about. I do this up to a lot of people who hit me up that I do have the time to speak to, message on Facebook. I give them that challenge. They come to me. A lot of people do come negatively to Facebook and leave messages, and we debate a little bit. But I say, listen, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to give you a week to go ahead and research. Because what's going to happen when they go do the research, exactly what I told them they're going to find. It's just that simple. And if they come back with some bullshit, I'm already know. I'm going to send them back out. Give you another week. And that's not to be arrogant or anything like that. I've done the research. I know where it's going, especially when you talk about this Bible. So I know when people come in and they talking all this stuff about Jesus this and Jesus that, I know they ain't read the damn book. They didn't read the book. But you got to understand when you are when you're getting into this information, it can be difficult to stay with it because, life, of course, people busy, you got to go to work, you got to give your energy because that's what you're doing. They're just sucking the energy out of you until you get old and die. And that's basically what it's about. That's what they want your experience here to be. But it's deeper than that. It's tough for you to keep that drive for knowledge, to want to know about this stuff because your life is filled with whatever stuff is filled with. You got problems, people got issues, people got stuff they got to do. You might not even have rent, and it's almost the first. Some people got to hustle up that money. So it's so many things we are bombarded with, but I want you to understand that that's all a part of this system to steal your energy, to take your energy. It's all energy. And once you understand that, and once you start taking steps to get from under it and start doing things outside the box and start doing things differently and understanding and looking at people and what they're doing and realizing that it's not everything. So what, they can go on vacation. So what, they can afford that car. So what, they don't. It's not everything. It's not everything. And as I always say, I wouldn't want to, not to be arrogant again or cocky, I wouldn't want to be anybody on this planet but me. And I only say that because of what I know. And it's worth more to me than money. It's what I know, what I understand now. And I feel so bad for the people who don't know, who just stuck. Because who knows how long they've been stuck. Probably been here fucking millennia. Excuse me. So when you look at the many ways that we are being controlled, and you start looking at stuff like hip hop, and stuff start to make, more sense to you, and it makes you wonder more. You say, what the hell is the purpose of it? What is the point other than to do what? To get people, if you can get a people to accept music, to accept something so passionately that is destroying them as a people, that is power. That is power. We know for a fact that hip hop music is destroying the black community. We know it's destroying our women. It's destroying our young men. We know this. White people telling us left and right. Then why y'all rapping about this and talking about this, and y'all kill each other in the street, and y'all selling drugs to each other, and we look at them and say, you racist bastard. And in a lot of cases, we right. They're just racist, but they're right. And what they're saying, they right. That's why you're upset and mad about it. They're right. But what you don't understand, and what I try to get you to understand, is that it's not us. It's a system that has made us do this. And that's not a cop out. That's not an excuse. That's the truth. It's a powerful system. It's a powerful system that has made us do this and accept this. That's power. That is power. When we know that it's destroying us. How do you sit there and tell people, put it on a package, these cigarettes are going to kill you, yet people still smoke them? And I know there's probably some smokers watching, but if you can't be conscious and smoke, unless it's weed. Let's just be 100% clear on that. And to be clear again on weed, don't use no papers. Use the bong. Leave them damn papers alone, because you're destroying it. Excuse me. You're destroying it. It's y'all kill me with that. Leave the damn papers alone. Smoke the weed through a damn bong. This is the way it's supposed to be done. Through a pipe, through a bong, no papers. And that's not me sitting here promoting marijuana on a bad way, but in a good, positive way, because it's not bad. It's not. I did a study on marijuana in college. It ain't bad at all. It grows from the earth. It's natural. All that, what Cat Williams say, all that crazy stuff, that people add to it, that loud, you want Reggie, regular weed, regular weed, not that crazy cooked up concoction stuff. Y'all need regular weed. Don't deal with none of that stuff. Leave the papers alone. But if how they can get us to accept the whole music industry and hip hop when we know it's destroying us is just, proof positive of their power. How they can get women to degrade themselves and, turn from nice women to having this overwhelming need to be a hoe because of what they see on TV. I want a bigger butt, I want bigger titties, I want to be this. I want to be everything that I really do not want to be. But I have been tricked and brainwashed to have my whole energy structure change from something pure to something that was created. And that's the whole purpose of Nicki Minaj. She was created, Beyonce, created to destroy you. Plain and simple. And they have been doing their job very well. It's energy, it's power, it's much deeper than this. But I wanted to get into this video a little bit so you can understand what's going on and just really get what energy is. Your emotions, your feelings, everything can be controlled and manipulated through the media, manipulated through movies and television to get you to feel certain ways about something. And if I know everybody is going to be feeling a certain way about this, I know exactly what I need to do and what kind of reaction it's going to cause. So if I'm killing a bunch of black people, I know what that's going to do to the black community. I know that it's going to make white people feel guilty about everything. And it's going to cause them to get into the defensive state. Norepinephrine is going to kick in and they're going to get defensive because they feel guilty about a lot of things. But you're going to have some conscious, some smart white people, because there's a lot of them out there who get it, who will defend and who will stick up. There's going to be some conscious black people out there who get it, who will defend, who will stick up. And hopefully we can convince the people who are on the fence to come to our side and not succumb to their power, because their power is taking every little ounce of hate or dislike you have for black or white people and, amplifying it, bringing it to the forefront, making you smack your white boss or your black boss or quit or get into fights or all kinds of stuff. This is what this stuff is doing. It's power. But you don't get it. You just think it's TV. You just think it's this. You think it's that. It's power. Sorcery. The oldest magic. Trust me. Stuff is deeper than you realize. This is one of the tools they use to keep us apart. And poverty is the biggest weapon against us, as you can see. But it's more than just, and a lot of people say it has to do with race and genetics and surviving the white race, keeping the white race relevant and here, but it's a lot more to that, as I'll get into. I've seen a lot of videos throughout the internet that's talking about that, the dominant genes of Africans versus everybody else. It's so much deeper than that, but that is a major part to it. In fact, I have a video coming up that's going to really get into what's kind of going on, and it's going to help with the whole Saturn Satan series, and that's going to be on YouTube. That video that I'm talking about, I'm going to put it on YouTube. It's going to really get into the genetics of it, because they understand that we are genetically superior. This is not to be racist. I'm not, me, I'm a biggest promoter of unity. This is a fact. You can look it up yourself, and white people will tell you too. It's a fact. So when you understand on every level, everything that we get into, we will dominate. You have to control us. You have to control that. And it's deeper than that even. So it's something we'll get into. But I want to thank you guys for taking the time real quick and getting into this. It's a lot more information in the videos that I already have up. I have a lot of videos up that many of you have not seen. So, click that Merkabah button that's right there, and it'll take you to my videos and go through them and check them out. If you can, purchase the DVDs and support. That'll be what's up. And the Voodoo joint is selling, and a lot of people like it. I'm getting a lot of good messages about it. But it's one of those videos that's going to help you with the Saturn Satan series, as you can see. And it's something that I had to do that a lot of people ask questions on it. But we're not even done with that. We're going to get into that more in the Saturn Satan series. And my goal is to end Saturn Satan in Egypt. So I want to end it there because it's something I want you to see there. And it's still there. Hey, it's a lot I gotta put out, man. This stuff don't stop. It's a lot of information, and as I said, I gotta give it to you in pieces. I have to challenge you to do your own research and to figure out for yourself and understand that it's not just me saying this stuff. I'm not just making up shit. I want you to know this stuff and get it and research it and get it in you. So when we start getting into stuff, you get it. You know what I'm saying? You understand what's going on, like really understand, not just watching to be, intellectually stimulated. I don't know. That's what some people come. They just want to come and get this information because it's like, ooh, it's like watching a movie. Well, it's deeper than that. You need to know this stuff seriously because it is everything. Especially when we get into energy, it's everything. It is huge. Don't make sense now, but I guarantee you it will. And yeah, it will. So you need to know, you need to have this leg up. You need to have this basic understanding of energy at this basic level. Watch that video I have on human energy in the dream world and everything like that. If you haven't watched that, you sleeping. That joint is crazy. Definitely watch that. And I'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. See you next video.